All right, guys, gamers, Game Awards episode. Honestly, for right off the jump, man, I can't believe, well, actually, I can believe it was a Boulder sweep.
Boulder sweep?
Yeah, it's something that I've always wanted to pick up on, but I just didn't want to get it around release time because I honestly feel like I would get too sucked into it, or I probably just wouldn't understand what I'm doing. That kind of happened to me when I got Dragon's Dogma. It took me a whole complete year to actually play and beat the game, because for like the first few months I would have absolutely zero idea what I was doing. It's like trying to pick up Monster Hunter without a manual. Looking back at it now that like it's definitely fleshed out and people have like guides and different maneuvers on how you can play the game, like literally in almost every aspect that you want to try to do it in. Like it's very easy for you to just kind of like sit down really quick and check out a YouTube video on how you want to set up a character and then have fun with that, you know, creative route, I guess, that you want to set up.
Yeah, super well deserved, man. It made sense. I mean, it's also really funny, too, that Spider-Man didn't win anything, and that got nominated for 7.
Yeah, 7 nominees, and it didn't win a single one. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
People on Twitter, they've been putting up side-by-side comparisons. High-level Spider-Man 2 gameplay versus high-level Baldur's 3 Gate gameplay. And it's basically the same tweet. It just basically states like you can get into high-level Baldur's Gate gameplay like 2 hours into the game, even though the game is like 100 plus hours.
Yeah.
And it's just you clicking and pointing versus Spider-Man 2, which, to be fair, to me it's the same. Like, I haven't played Spider-Man 2, but looking at Spider-Man 2 combat, it's the fucking same. Like, what else did you expect? It's like Batman Arkham to Batman Arkham City to Batman Arkham Knight. The only thing that they've added are like basically new maneuvers on how you whoop somebody's ass. New combos, new abilities, new powers, but it's still the same broken down to its core combat. It's not like they needed to improve on it or anything like that, but I just don't know what you would have expected to be so different that like it would have to take the cake, you know? I don't know if that makes sense when I say take the cake, but I mean, like, I guess compared to like when you vote between Baldur's Gate and Spider-Man, like how different did you want it to be?
I don't know how serious the tweet was, but the first one I saw said, how did Baldur's Gate beat this for Game of the Year? He just showed off this like crazy cutscene where Miles gets thrown in through the city or whatever, and everyone's just dogging on that guy, saying it's like you picked clearly the wrong video. There's that stupid argument with God of War with its combat. People like showing off like these crazy combo videos that you can do. Oh wow, like the enemy can't hit back. That's so crazy. What a great game. It's like, well, no, obviously he's in the training room. That's why, you know, the enemy is not attacking as much, and also like the stun locks and stuff. And it's like, yeah, it's kind of dumb that people will dog on God of War for that. But when you go look at Devil May Cry and they do the same thing, the only difference is Devil May Cry is flashier, so it looks cooler for some people. And they're like, oh yeah, this is awesome. And I think people just think, well, because God of War is such a narrative-heavy game, it's not a video game. It's a movie game, and that shouldn't count. Yeah, I think that's the same for Baldur's Gate and Spider-Man. It's like, yeah, Baldur's Gate's a video game. Like, that is... Because, you know, everyone's always like, oh, what if I can do this in the video game? What happens? And that is literally what that game is.
It's a D&D game, you know? That's pretty much what sold me on the whole narrative of this game, is you can literally do whatever you want. Well, I said literally too seriously, but you know what I mean. Like some of the other stuff in the consideration too, like try to compare things. I don't really think like Baldur's Gate should be compared to other things, because in itself it's a very unique and niche kind of game. When it comes down to it, I just think that like there are in practice like games that were executed perfectly, other games that had the perfect idea that were not executed perfectly. And this is kind of sidetracking, but I also believe to an extent that had these perfect ideas come out around the time where they could be perfectly executed, these games wouldn't have been so shit. Definitely talking about different kind of games in a new reference, right? In a new aspect.
I mean, like, I haven't played Spider-Man 2, so I'm not going to shit on it too hard, but from what I've heard, it is sort of a disappointment kind of game, where you left off with the first game and the impact that it had on you, and then coming to this game and seeing what they were doing in the story, it just really didn't hit anywhere close to the ending of the first game. Now, if we're talking something like, maybe like, oh, how come Alan Wake 2 didn't win? I could see more discussions about that. Probably like be like, yeah, you might be right, but that game I think just came out too late, and like not enough people have dove into Alan Wake 2.
Which is funny. They made that game free if you had PlayStation Plus about a month, or I think during October actually.
Oh, the
game came out
remaster.
last month?
Yeah,
exactly. And I remember downloading it, and I was thinking, I know the sequel's coming out soon. This is why they want me to get into this now, so that way I'll pre-order and anticipate what's going to happen in the next one. You know, a little push like that, which to me isn't really so much of a little push as it is a big push. It doesn't have any effect on most people, or at least not enough for me to see a number that they would have generated publicly. So I guess it doesn't do or say much, you know.
Just all I heard from Pat, just splooging all over that game after he beat it. It does sound impressive, and like I'd be super down to get into that whenever I have the time. Like start with the first game and then dive into 2, because apparently like 2 expects you to just finish the first game and hopped right in, and it's pretty like meta and complex from what's going on. But yeah, I mean overall, like all the nominees and stuff, like yeah, it was a pretty cool game award. A good amount of announcements I was actually like, oh wow, that looks pretty cool, because I think like previous years there's only been like a few where I was like, yeah, that looks cool. That one, like, yeah, don't care for that, don't care for this farming simulator. Oh, another farming simulator. Oh, another farming simulator, like it, you know, like the Nintendo Directs have.
The guys who made No Man's Sky are coming out with another game.
Yeah,
I didn't know that they made another game after No Man's Sky.
The one they announced is the next one.
No, I think there's another one. Well, I think it's called The Last Campfire. Came out 2020.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's so funny. Everyone was just yelling on Twitter to, I think his name's Sean. Is it Sean Murray? Yeah, he was the one that announced the new game on stage with Jeff. And at first he said, I don't want to be too ambitious, guys. It's like, oh yeah, aren't you tired of games saying, hey, in Destiny, you can climb that mountain? Oh, no, you can't. You're going to be able to do it's going to be the world. You're going to be able to scale everything. It's going to be awesome. And everyone's like, no, don't over ambitious yourself. Not again, dude. Not again.
Not again.
It sounds like almost MMO based, because it's this giant world that people are going to be hopping in and out of, and you're just going to be able to explore just everything on a planet. And like, yeah, that could be cool. I think it was he riding a dragon or something? There was like there was a lot in that teaser trailer. Like, oh, there's some sci-fi stuff, there's some fantasy stuff. Like, there's just enough for everybody to hop in and enjoy.
What else from the announcement list got you kind of excited?
Oh, I was like, holy shit, no way we're seeing something for God of War already. I had this bingo thing. One of my friends posted in one of our chats, and I was reading it, and one of them said, yeah, Ragnarok DLC. I said, dude, they're not doing DLC for God of War. They don't do that. And then I saw the things like, oh, holy shit, no way, are we getting the next game already? Like, I know they said they didn't want us to wait. But then I saw some of the gameplay. It's like, oh, okay, so it's going to be a roguelike experience that God of War is going to have. There's like another AAA game recently that just added that to, what was it?
That just reminds me of, what is it, Returnal? But that's a couple of years old. I know that you're thinking of something a lot recent.
Yeah, it was something like earlier this year. But yeah, like with Returnal, there was like the Endless Tower mode that got added. And here, yeah, it's a roguelike thing that's gonna have some like more story. And at first I saw one of the enemies, like one of the human guys, and it made me think of the comic. So at first I said, oh, so this is gonna be like a little prequel DLC, like in between 3 and 4, like before Atreus is even born.
Yeah, here's some of the things that I found based off that DLC. So it's an epilogue to Ragnarok. Just finishing the first story for, obviously story reasons. Basically trials. Opening the doors, going into it. It's just like, what was it from God of War 1 when you're in Muspelheim?
Yeah, is it Muspelheim? Like
the poison mist, the poison mist place. That's basically what it reminds me of. It's a roguelite, like mentioned, right? So you get the whole not permadeath, but like temporary and permanent skills and stuff like that you can attribute. I guess each time you go into it, you get a different weapon, or there are like multiple variations to you only getting to try different weapons. When you do go into it, though, all of your weapons and skills are maxed. Just like how all roguelikes work, you basically fight. From fighting, you're going to gain resources. Again, resources are going to help you buy temporary and permanent rewards. to kind of make the runs easier as you go along so you can get farther. You'll be able to make choices between temporary glyphs for stats to upgrade, perks to select, and runic attacks to wield. So that way it's like you don't get everything all at once, even though it's all maxed out. You have obviously, selected and limited choices to make for each run, and it's all RNG based. There's also new armor, because they're definitely rolling out the armor and the cosmetics. They said that everything that you're going to see is basically cosmetic. There are no there are stats, obviously, right? But aside from that, like all of the armors and stuff like that that they're gonna be introduced is all cosmetic based. So it's just for you to just fashion souls the crap out of Kratos. I said that they're adding also 5 difficulty levels. I'm curious though. Like I would definitely like to see what like super high level content for this looks like, because I know somebody's gonna be like, grinding hard to make that perfect video where they just no damage the final boss on this roguelike DLC.
The coolest part was also at that very end, we saw, I'm guessing is going to be like a mini boss or maybe a boss, is the Cyclops. And that's pretty crazy. Didn't really think, sure, in Ragnarok, they, touched a lot more on the Greek stuff, but I thought for sure, they're never going back to bringing anything else from the original trilogy. And yeah, it was super cool to see that. So I hope there's going to be a bunch more of, other Greek stuff in there.
Yeah, I hope that he gets to fight, some of the old bosses, like Zeus or Poseidon, Hades. That would be really cool. That would be super cool. You refight Thor, Odin, Baldur. That would be cool too.
Yeah, I could see the boss rush for Ragnarok. I don't know if they want to really touch the Greek gods, because I wasn't the biggest fan of the story for Ragnarok. I was hoping for a different direction, but also you can tell that, oh yeah, they're really just pushing the Greek stuff aside. When we got that Zeus moment in Helheim in God of War 4, I was like, yo, this is gonna be crazy. And then the whole Athena thing, I know that wasn't quote unquote real, but it's oh man, there could be so much involved with the Greek stuff coming back in a very interesting way, but I don't think we're ever gonna see that.
A lot of the stuff he pushed out of the way because of Atreus. So if we think about it, we might see a lot of that stuff, because it's more introspective on himself. He still has to accept himself, accept his past for what it is and how it led him up to being what kind of god he is now and what kind of god he wants to be. I don't know. I can definitely see him literally fighting some of the bosses from the first 3 games.
That would be really cool. I would like to see that, but I would doubt it. But I would be genuinely surprised. And that's crazy. That's dropping in a few days as of this recording. So it's all right, I'll re-download Ragnarok, because I think, the gameplay is super, super clean. A couple things stood out. One of them was, what was it called? Wind? Was it Wind Path? Was that what it's called? The game from the Dead Cells devs. Oh, Windblown. Yeah, Windblown. It's looking like a 3-player Hades-like kind of game from the Dead Cells people. We didn't get that much gameplay for it. The trailer was a lot of animation. But we saw the 3 characters you can pick and their animals, and I saw a lizard guy, so I'm I already know who I'm going to play.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And oh man, we gotta talk about fucking the man himself, Hideo Kojima, coming in and said, "Oh yeah, I'm here. Let me walk out of this PT ass door with the sound effects. Put the light on my balls, dude. I'm walking out on the stage, bro.
Put the light on my fucking Kojima Productions lapel. You see how fucking huge that shit was?
Oh yeah, he fucking
that shit
out.
Was that pin was weighing his ass down, dude. Mm-hmm. That shit blinded everybody on stage.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one, because I saw a clip on Twitter when the second person walked out on stage, and the camera was zoomed out, and it's who is that? Dude, is that Kanye?
Just to imagine. Oh,
I was
God.
Dude, is fucking Kanye here working with Kojima? But no, it was the man himself, Jordan Peele.
Big promises.
Yeah, dude, he's hopping in with Kojima. He was basically jerking Kojima off on stage the whole time.
Jordan Peele, confirmed gamer. Crazy.
Yeah, and so we got the teaser trailer for his Kojima's Xbox game, OD, which I didn't hear about it, but I guess it did get leaked, and then there is I guess some gameplay out there. Yeah, that's exactly what I was expecting to see from Kojima teaser trailer at the Game Awards, just something very obscure, but I'm super down for it.
You already know I'm down.
It's gonna be spooky as fuck, bro.
Yeah, like the other night I rewatched some PT stuff, just to throw it on the TV, and it's like everything Kojima did, like him and his team, it really like gets under your skin, like playing that game. And if this is gonna be the spiritual successor of that, hell yeah, dude.
No doubt. I can't wait. I'm glad he's still pumping out media for us. Like, just make a fucking movie already, dude. Please. Dude, I'm so ready to just have like a Kojima day where I'm just like watching playthroughs or whatever, and then like bam, at the end of it, movie.
He was such a fanboy on stage. It was so funny because Jordan Peele is not the only person working on this game. He's assembling his quote-unquote Avengers for this game. And he tweeted last night, as of this recording, like more details and stuff for this teaser. And he said, yes, just like, I forget the character's name, but I am also traveling around looking for my 7 samurai. I was bummed out. Yeah, no Death Stranding 2, but you got to remember this game is coming out first. So yeah, we haven't really seen anything for it. Didn't even know the title until the Game Awards. So
yeah, definitely a lot of hype when Kojima came out. Just no Elden Ring. That's no Elden Ring DLC. It's another bummer.
They were there, right?
Yeah.
But maybe I think what's next? Like Tokyo Game Show's next or something.
When does that happen?
When is that? Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I'm way off. That's in September. Yeah, I don't know. Whenever the next big game thing is. The only other thing I know off the top of my head is just Summer Games Fest, but that's all the way in June. And it's like, man, that's going to be a long time for that Elden Ring trailer.
I'm just hoping that means that this next DLC is going to be not as big as the game. Obviously big enough where we're going to have like another, hopefully 50, 60 hours.
Yeah, I wonder about that since it's an open world or Souls game. I wonder if they're going to be implementing stuff all over the map or if we're just getting a new section on the map.
Yeah, because I mean, realistically, what would work better? Or what do you think would work better?
There is that spot on the map people have found where it's just this giant blank cube like in the middle of the water. It's like, oh, maybe that's where the DLC is going to be. Unless there's like time travel shit that's going to go on, because based off of that first image they put out, it made people speculate maybe we're going back in time to seeing stuff happen before the shattering. But I mean, I think it would be really cool if they would like slowly add stuff out in the areas, and it's like, oh, you have to go re-explore the world and try to find something that stands out. But that would probably be like, like a super huge investment to do.
Yeah, but I think it would probably be worth it. I mean, they could have other teams that work on that while they have another team that works on the new stuff,
Yeah, a bunch of cool games shown off. Some surprises. Like I didn't expect a remake for Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. That is a cool game. It's a very personal game for the dev. The remaster just came out not that long ago for the current gen, so like it's kind of surprising to see we're getting the remake so soon.
Was it the same? It's not the same studio that made It Takes Two and No Way Out, right?
I don't know.
We finally get the next Team Ninja game that's coming out soon.
Oh, I know. Finally, soon-ish. Dude. We finally saw something. AKA Neo 3 Rise of the Ronin looks so good. Yeah, and I'm definitely hyped for this one over, was it Wolong or something? Whatever the last one was called.
Yeah, Wolong.
Mainly because the Neo team, they didn't work on that game. They're working on this game. I think that's part of why I didn't like the demo when I tried it out, because it just doesn't have the same kind of feel, and it was like a little too different. But no, yeah, this one looks super good. We finally got like a window for when that's coming out. Super hyped. And then, oh man, I know it's mostly like fancy cinematic stuff, but the new Tenkaichi game, Sparking Zero, we're so back, guys. It's so, oof, I cannot wait.
Yeah, but honestly, I'm super fucking excited, and they're using all the new characters.
And so they talked about this after the Game Awards, and they said they've been working on this game for 5 years, and they paid particular attention to DBZ fighters and how people like played that game, loved recreating moments from the series in there, and they were implementing that kind of stuff into this game. And it's like, yeah, that's going to be so awesome. It looks so good. I don't know, people were saying like, oh wow, is this why Xenoverse 2 was going on for so long? Because they were working on this behind the scenes the entire time. Because this is basically gonna replace Xenoverse.
Oh yeah, like I would be so surprised if this is not an immediate Evo. I'd forego the whole thing, bro. Honestly,
Evo's a different thing because it's gonna be an arena fighter, like an anime arena fighter specifically, and I don't think we've ever seen that on main stage Evo. If anything, Fighters is still going to be on stage, but yeah, I want to see some high level tournaments for this game, absolutely. Yeah, I remember going to Anime Expo back in 2012, I think.
That was a good year.
It was 2012 or 2013. I brought my copy of Tenkaichi 2, put it in one of the PS2s that they had out in the game center. And then we held a tournament with some people, and yeah, it was just such a good time.
Sounds like a good time. Just some rando bringing in their own copy and then have a makeshift tournament. That sounds like a really cool time just to walk around and just look at somebody. They're like, hey, who's sponsoring this? Nobody, dude. This guy just brought it in. That's perfect.
Yeah, just people walking by like, oh shit, Tenkaichi, let's do this. It's like, yeah, man, now we got a whole tournament, dude. No AI in this fucking tournament.
It's fucking great, bro.
Yeah, I was yelling like, hell yeah, dude, when like watching these trailers. Even goddamn it, even Warframe, dude. Warframe, it's like Destiny. Every time I see something, I'm like, goddamn it, why are you so cool?
It's a different fucking game every update, dude.
Yes, yeah.
That's
Holy
true,
shit.
bro. They always add some like game changing mechanic to the whole way it works and everything.
Yeah, and you know, it's been a few years since I've hopped on and actually played, but yeah, seeing some of the stuff here is like, whoa, what's going on? And then they kind of teased a little bit of that 1999 thing that's going to come out for it too, and oh man, I feel like it's almost time to dive back in.
There are so many games that now I need to catch up on before these things come out. It kind of makes me want to upgrade my subscription a bit, because I know a lot of these newer games are just going to go out to the highest subscription for PlayStation. It's hard being older and trying to make time to do all of this, play all of these things, whether you really want to or not.
It's just too many games, man.
We live in an age, man. I think 10 years ago, this is the exact same thing that we were hoping for, and now that we're in it, it's too many games.
Yeah, there's a bunch of like new IPs coming out that looked kind of interesting. There's that new African game that looked really cool. Tales of Kenzera. That game looks rad. Was it The First Descent? Looked pretty cool. We finally got another trailer and an actual like year for Hellblade 2.
Oh yeah, Sasuna.
Yeah, it's like Jesus, finally, because that game's been in development for years, and we finally saw a little bit of the gameplay, which, you know, more or less looks like it's the same. But yeah, no, like I'm hyped for that too. I need to go back and finish that game.
It was a pretty weird game. The game sounded like it would give you nightmares.
Yeah, it makes you schizo, dude. Yep.
I'm glad that Tears of the Kingdom did win at least one award, because that is a good game.
I'm surprised it didn't win more.
I mean, like, if you really compare it to other games, it's not different from Breath of the Wild. It's just Breath of the Wild plus some Sky Islands. It's still a good action-adventure game. I think that for the award it won, it got its deserves. You know, it got its roses. But yeah, I would agree that comparing it to a lot of other games, you know, like, there are definitely some other games that deserve those other awards. Man, I was really excited when they announced Monster Hunter. Just looking at the trailer, you know, I of course didn't really get like too much out of it, but it definitely gives me this takeaway that because it's going to be the edition that they're releasing on basically the newest generation, the takeaways from being on a PS5 series game, it's like, what are we going to expect, and how are these consoles and stuff going to take us to the next level for this game? My first idea was that they're probably going to get rid of the bases. And I remember like going back to home base and like having to do your thing and then accepting quests and bounties and stuff like that. Just watching the trailer, like I thought, okay, it's me and my wyvern, you know, me and my bird. Fuck it, we're just going around the entire continent or whatever it is, you know. I'll probably get my opportunities to do crafting and stuff, like, you know, in between like me trying to do fast travels to different worlds or something, or like if I set up like a little makeshift camp like with a fire and stuff. It looks so good.
That would make it so much like easier to just go around and do your dailies and all that.
But it makes me think like it's not a game where you're like a hunter, like you're not a part of a guild or anything like that. You know, there's no like cooperation between you and NPCs. It might just be like you, like a lone wanderer, just going around hunting monsters. That is like a new takeaway from how the game actually plays. Because most of the time it's like, oh, you're a hunter and you banded together and you're going to get sent to this village that has a monster hunting problem. Blah, blah, blah. You help out the village, blah, blah, blah. Other shit, blah, blah, blah.
An open world monster hunter would be pretty nice.
That's what
just
I'm
like,
saying.
it's kind of, Radiant quests show up, you have to fight a Rathalos because it's terrorizing a village or whatever.
You're not just basically settled to one village. You probably go everywhere, you know, like as a wandering hunter. Yeah. That's a good takeaway. That would be really great.
I feel like stuff like that has to be, the universe has to be like pretty much established. You know, like pull something off like that where it's open world, because you can't just make like an open world game like just starting out, and because there's pretty much nothing to do. Having the HQ in the beginning paved the way for this kind of world, basically. I mean, like, they should have pretty much saved the Monster Hunter world for this actual game if it's like that. You're pretty much exploring the world. But at the same time, like, what's this one called? Wildfire or something like that?
Well, it's just called Wilds. Monster Hunter Wilds. Yeah.
It does, like, allude to the fact that, like, you might be a wild hunter and just, like, don't do no HQs or anything like that, you know, just like you're wild on your own, you know.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
That'd be pretty cool, but they just showed that little like snippet of, I mean, that's all I remember, just you running with the other animals.
Yeah, it's just mostly you just going through like all of the different just the different places of this terrain that you're in, because it's just like a desert landscape, and then in the middle of seeing monsters fight each other and stuff like that, you know, you see a monster that has like a little lightning rod on its back, and it's like getting hit with lightning, like trying to hit something. They looked pretty cool. They were like fighting a sandstorm. Aw, good old monsters just tumbling around.
Look, if it is like that, yeah, I'll be down to try it out, you know.
Oh, buddy, I'm putting in at least 1,000 hours. At least, bro. Like Monster Hunter World, I put in 400 hours. Like by the time that I finished that game, I didn't even get Iceborne. Let me tell you, when I finally did get Iceborne, like the game was already dropped. Like the game was pretty much dead as it was. But before that, like when it was still pretty active, like when it came out, I spent a ridiculous amount of time playing that game, and I like enjoyed it every last second of it. And I'll be damned if I'm not going to do it again. It's probably going to replace Destiny.
I'm thinking about putting Final Fantasy 16 to replace Destiny. And that Monster Hunter Wilds looks like it's going to be a time, I was about to say time waster, but it's gonna like have you put in a lot of time in that. If I remember correctly, like Monster Hunter. Yeah. What do we play? We played World. We played World.
Yeah, World.
Right?
Yeah, World together.
If it's anything like that, then yeah, it's gonna be a lot of time. Especially especially because you know, like they're gonna put in bullshit, like bullshit monster combos against you.
Those are always fun.
No, they're not.
How would they come out with a good new weapon though? Like we hadn't had a new weapon archetype in a while.
I just want my insect glaive back. Something about doing fucking button combos and then just like switching it up on people is just so fun. I know there's no PvP aspect, but like the insect glaive it's so good. I love it. That and the fucking what was it? I want to say ignition hammer. I feel like the hammer had like an explosion on it.
Oh, you're talking about the charge axe.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude. Well, if there's a new weapon too, like that'd be pretty cool to have. Just I like how each weapon has their own combo. Like you have to, it's like a fighting game. You have to like time out the button presses to get the next step in the charge or whatever. Oh my god, I'm already like fucking
doing the dance,
all over again,
bro.
Dude.
Yeah, you gotta do the dance. I can envision if they're going to make a new weapon, it's gonna be like a modified version of one of their archetypes. So take the insect glaive, maybe like make it an insect, like an insect gun, an insect bazooka or a sniper, so like you can like jump around and shoot people in the air, or maybe like an insect hammer, so that it does like, instead of slashing, it does crushing damage. You know?
Oh my god,
that would be pretty dope. I would like to see stuff like that. Like it's funny too because they have like a not Capcom, but Bandai Namco made their own version of Monster Hunter. It was like God Eater, and in there like they just had like what was it? 3 types of swords, hammers, scythes, guns. And so it was like moderately simple, but at the same time, it was pretty good. Oh, they also had lances too. But yeah, I would say that I'm excited because the weapon schemes that they do for Monster Hunter, they get really creative with it, and I really like it. It's not like you're just gonna be stuck to one ever, you know. Like I always end up having like 2 or 3 different kinds of weapons I like to switch between. I'm gonna definitely try to take advantage of the what is it, the hunting horn.
Oh yeah, I remember that too. Just play a different song with you time the button presses. That was awesome, man.
Did you ever? I don't even know if you got like really close to the end game or anything like that, but like some of them were really out of this world. Like they were just wild. Like I remember you could kill like this electric dragon that they introduced in Iceborne, and when you, I think it was the electric dragon, but I don't even know if it was Iceborne. But when you make a hunting horn, it's like it's an electric guitar.
Oh, it's awesome. Oh shit. Oh
yeah, it's
man,
pretty cool. They get pretty wild. Although the collabs for Monster Hunter are great, and I think that this might be one of the ones that I pre-order with the deluxe edition, so I can get some of those like cosmetics and emotes, because I usually like that kind of stuff in Monster Hunter.
you just have to fucking grind for them, dude. Like the armor, oh my god, man! Just to look fucking semi decent, you have to go through some ass. Man, I just keep going back to like the black Diablos with the regular Diablos, and I had to kill both of them, dude. And they were both in the same area. It was like a small arena, dude. What could I do?
You know what you got to do? You actually have to collect shit. And I'm not even playing around with you. You collect shit, and then what happens is if you throw shit at monsters, they run away.
I don't know. No, I feel like I've done that already with one of them, and then they just like charged me afterwards. But I don't know. It's been a while since I played. It's definitely like you said, if it's gonna be an open world aspect, that's gonna be pretty interesting.
I'm definitely playing with somebody. It's multiplayer open world. That would be cool. That's something that I want.
It'd be pretty cool, dude. Speaking of open world, we finally got it. We finally got a release year at least for GTA. And dude, I don't know about you, but when I saw the fucking trailer, dude, I got goosebumps, almost cried. I had to watch it like 3 more times. It's really crazy how far we've come. Because right after I saw that trailer, I went back and saw pretty much all like the 3D trailers, the series, of which would be like from 3 onwards. And like it's really incredible how far Rockstar has come as making this world, because essentially GTA Grand Theft Auto is a parody on the modern or USA. Some of them are like the past, but it's all like a parody on what they see it as like society is, like how crazy they are and the reasoning or lack of people do shit. They get it down to a T, I would like to think. I'm gonna try to say this carefully. The increase in quality while still keeping it in the same like aspect of satire, but it's just gradually getting better. It's honestly, I'm a fanboy. And I think the trailer reawakened my love for this. I'm definitely like taking the days off for when it comes out. It's gonna be crazy.
I'm putting in PTO for this for sure.
Like you said, you already know what's gonna happen. I think I already know what's gonna happen too. And it's like I just want to see how we're gonna get there, because the chase, for me, the chase is always better than like the destination.
Yeah, definitely. I'm super excited that we get to try for our very first time. And it's crazy how we've come this far. Like that game is like almost over 20 years old, but this is the first interaction we're having with the female protagonist, Lucia. She looks pretty dope. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Your character is a girl in GTA Online. Most people make a girls in GTA's Online.
Exactly. There's no story going along with it though, and like it's all made up headcanon. But
my point was, I don't feel like anybody should be giving. I don't foresee anybody giving anybody GTA shit for making the lead a girl. Because, like I said, at this point, everybody's done it. Like, it's if we do like a census count, I bet the majority of people have female online avatars instead of males. You know,
I would think it'd be like a little closer to 50-50 than anything. But yeah, I see it too. There's more.
I would definitely challenge.
Okay.
I guarantee it. There's probably a lot of dudes that have girls.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
One thing that I am excited for is just just like how they made Liberty City in 4, they expanded on it to like basically be 4 different islands instead of just the first 2 islands. And then San Andreas is just like, you know, pretty much the entire county of San Andreas, right? Like Los Angeles and everything outside of Los Angeles. I hope it's just like a good quarter of the state. That's what I really want Vice City to be. Because like from what we saw in the trailer, it's like we get marshlands now. Of course, you were already able to go under the water, but now we can get boats. We can like go, you know, extended far. I saw bridges in the trailer. You know, yeah, like highways that were made up on water, and you know, so I'm thinking to myself like this map is going to be extremely big, dude, and I'm all for that, bro.
It's gonna be its own world, its own other city. I think, if I remember correctly, I can't find the article right now, but it's gonna be called, I think, Leonida or something like that, where it's gonna include. Yeah, it's gonna include Vice City, but among other places, it's gonna be a huge map. Lucia's gonna be the main character. She's just gonna be one, because we saw the other guy. I don't know if they named him.
I think it's Jason or something.
Yeah, he's gonna be in it too. Like, this is trailer number 1, so the second one might be more centered around him and his what he has to do. That's what I'm guessing. They didn't say. I don't know if they said how many trailers they were gonna release, but yeah, this is one of however many. So the next one might be, you know,
a story trailer maybe.
Yeah. I'm so excited. The game looks so good. I don't even know if there's if some of what we saw was gameplay. Some of it looks like it. It looks so good. I can't wait to see like how everybody views Miami, because it's fucking crazy over there.
All the people from Florida who saw the trailer were just like, "Hey, yo!"
Yeah, for real, dude. I think I saw Charlie streaming, and he was. I think, if I remember correctly, he was saying like, "Yeah, that's Miami."
Did you see the comparison video from the GTA 6 trailer with all of the Florida memes?
They were pretty much on point, and it's like I said, like the increase in the quality we have is just mind-boggling sometimes, because we literally, this is like the United States, you know.
God damn, yes it is. God bless America.
God bless America. I love these memes. Fucking love these horny posting memes where everybody's just like other people, and it shows that girl in like the Louis Vuitton whatever the fuck, like swimsuit turning around, and then it said me, and it showed the girl in the mud.
Dude, it's so wild, bro. Like the fucking alligator in the pool, real life event.
The hammer lady.
Yeah, the hammer lady. The girl fucking twerking on top of the car on the freeway.
And like even some stuff in there, like I'm pretty sure I've never seen online, but I'm sure like some people have fucking done it. Like, it looks so real, and it's like so believable. Like the dude coming out of his car and just grabbing his nuts. Like, I'm sure you've seen that shit. Like, people have seen that shit like plenty of times, like anywhere else. And if we would look hard enough, we could probably find the video. But it's just stuff like that where there's no real evidence that it actually happened. Like, it's can happen. The real world to parody is I'm gonna say it again. It's so good. I love satire so much, man.
It's really what makes comedy if you think about it. Like, making a joke without context is just ignorance.
You have to take into account of like where the state of the world is and what we've seen like as a collective on the internet, and they're bringing that out. Like, now that it's more matured, since like Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, like the internet I'm talking about, Rockstar's pretty much just grabbing all the crazy shit ever happening online and then just putting it down in the game. Like, hey, you remember when this happened? And the music too, man.
I thought the leaks when they came out were basically gonna show us more than what we could have expected from the trailer, but honestly, the leaks don't even do the official trailer any justice. Like, I feel like this is so much better. Like, the leaks weren't even worth them coming out, because the trailer was just so much better.
Honestly, Bitcoin isn't even that good. It sucks that that Rockstar had to be pushed to release it early. Of course, like, this is the second one in like a month. The fact that they had it ready, it just shows like, yeah, we're ready for this stuff, and we might as well just release it now. I thought it was gonna be like, I don't know, like some kind of event just to release the trailer. But I guess they were just gonna release the trailer. and that didn't happen. So they just released it a day early. It is what it is. If these leakers are just got nothing better to do. But yeah, this is one of those instances where like the actual trailer completely overshadows the leak. Because I don't know about you, but I think I still got the same. I didn't watch the leak, but I saw when they released it. When Rockstar released the trailer, like I don't think I could have been more excited the next day than if I was that day. I would be in my same feelings. Rest in peace, Georgie.
No, I get what you mean. I would agree with that. It definitely makes you pause, really take in everything, and just take it. It's like an awestruck moment,
Yeah, yeah. Don't get me wrong. This game's gonna be goofy as hell, but like the fact that we've come this far, it's just something to look at. Just like step back and just be wow. Like this is like more than one entertainment medium in this game. Like yeah, it's a video game, but it's also like looking at the events going on inside and like all the cutscenes. It's just it's really Rockstar can make a show and I'll watch it. That's really what it is. Like when I think what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like what Danny was saying earlier about God of War. It's one of those cinematic games. Like at the same time, of course, there are a lot of cutscenes that don't really make you feel like it's cinematic, but it's very story driven. Like there's a plot to this, even though what we're doing is just basically a bunch of crimes. Like it's crime with purpose, just like all the other ones were. My very first Grand Theft Auto that I would say got me into Grand Theft Auto wasn't any of like the original ones. It was the stories. I don't know if you remember.
Oh yeah, Vice City, Liberty City Stories.
Vice City and Liberty City. So Liberty City Stories was the one that got me into like all of Grand Theft Auto to begin with. You're Tony. You work for the what was it? The Sicilianos. You being a mobster and just working yourself up the ranks, and that was badass to me, bro. Like I would be watching like fucking Martin Scorsese movies for weeks during summer vacation playing Liberty City Stories.
Oh, then this was right up your alley then.
Exactly, bro. Like it just really like.
Did you ever go back and play 3? Because that one too is heavy on that. Like yeah, it doesn't translate well to what we have now, but just the story in that, just watch a Let's Play. It's really nice too. It's just
honestly, I need to redo that.
Dude, it's a noir. I think that's why I love it so much. It's a story of it's a Red Dead Redemption story, dude. Except
sure,
you're in the city, dude. Yeah, it's a story of betrayal and comeuppance. It's so good. You're just working your way up there.
Yeah, I fucking love that, dude. Like I would wanna. When the remasters came out, don't get me wrong, I wanted to buy them if they didn't turn out to be shit. But I would still do it. Yeah, like if I have that shit on stream, like what I have to do is I have to sit down and I have to finish San Andreas because I have that game, but I've never actually played it. Like,
that was also
and I've
good
heard
too.
That is every single person's favorite Grand Theft Auto, like from back in the day.
Oh yeah. Oh, you know what? I got a personal gripe with that one actually. Like I bought that one twice, right? I bought it, I fell in love with it, and then I bought it on the PC because I saw. Like you can mod the shit out of it, and I think if it wasn't for this fucking moment, dude, I have so much animosity towards this. If it wasn't for this moment, I think I would have been fucking pretty well versed in the modding community and like I don't know, maybe modding my own shit. But the fucking fact that I think it was a censorship issue, and they released 2 versions of the PC game or of every San Andreas, right? But like for the PC, like. I had one that said second version, and I tried to mod it, couldn't mod it, looked it up on the website, you can't mod that specific version. You can mod the first one. And I got so mad because I was so ready to have my fucking Batmobile with Goku powers, dude. I couldn't.
I know the exact mod you wanted, homeboy.
I put it down after that. Like, I'm not picking this shit up ever again.
I have always wanted to do that shit ever since I got into Fallout 3.
I wanted to take off my speed limiters, dude. I wanted to go so fast and jump so much shit.
Yeah, bro. Like, you just want the jetpack without actually having the jetpack. You just want to fly. You just want to turn yourself into Superman, going through San Andreas and just beating the shit out of people.
I put in a lot of hours in that game too, man. That one is fun. Like, on its own, it's pretty fun. It's the combat in the game. It just continually evolves. Like you can free aim in GTA 3, like, you know how there was top down before that, and then the big reveal was that you can pretty much just walk around third person, and the aiming was pretty shit. It was pretty garbage. And for Vice City, the upgrade was that you can crouch, which was pretty cool. And then for San Andreas, from there you can like roll and all that. Like it's just evolving continually. I don't know. I forgot how the combat was in Vice City and Liberty City Stories, but I think it's maybe around like the Vice City era. Was it San Andreas before Liberty City Stories or after?
I think Liberty City Stories came after, because Liberty City Stories was on the PSP.
Oh, you can then you can roll it, right? Like you can roll in that one when you're aiming.
No,
Like dodge roll. Oh no. Okay. Well, yeah, no. Like it's just evolving constantly, and like I can't wait to see what GTA 6 is gonna be like. For the rumors we heard like back then, like a long time ago, was that it's gonna be like a Red Dead style like loadout where you get your car and all your weapons are in the car and you just grab your weapons out of there.
Oh
yeah,
that would be pretty lit.
You have your handgun or whatever, and then you have your like rifle.
Box.
Yeah. So maybe it might be something like that. We'll see. That's I think that's promising. I like that one.
Yeah, that sounds really dope. I would love if they introduced first person in the game and not as an update. Like it just comes as first person, because I'm not gonna lie, I've been using first person a lot when we play Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, it's a different game for sure. In online though, it's a little more clunky, but it's stillable. You can still ride around. I saw this guy who he set up like his driving rig to play with GTA 5. It looks like it controls like ass. I'm not gonna lie, it's a cool concept, but like goddamn man, yeah, I'm looking forward to that for sure. This is asking a lot, but it feels like it'll be a co-op kind of thing. Maybe not, we'll see.
If the story was co-op, that would be pretty lit. That would be pretty lit. I'm not gonna lie.
Bring it back, like from San Andreas had like the co-op functionality, where in some places you have to visit like a certain places on the map, and then like you plug in a second controller and you control I think you both are NPCs if I'm not mistaken, and then you can just drive around or whatever. But you can only go like a certain distance from each other. If this is co-op, I hope you can just be wherever the fuck you want.
I think now that you say that, it would make sense that a lot of the development that they're doing is probably more online than it is in the actual story. I want them to make heists better and feasible. Like if I wanted to rob a bank, like let me just rob a bank really quick, with my homie, and then like just give me 5 stars. I don't care. Instead of having to like do the setup, do the heist, do the preparation. Like I feel like the era of being a bank robber or being a heist setupper is one thing, but like make this game something else. Like make the entirety of the way that you do crime different. Right?
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be some kind of shenanigans. Like maybe you're going to be delivering some kind of tiger to like a Tiger King or whatever.
My goal is going to be seeing all of the NPCs that made it onto GTA 5 Online come into GTA 6, and how they got over here to Leonidas or Vice City or whatever it's called.
Oh yeah, because there are some mentions like on GTA 5 about Vice City, so we have to have some kind of like cameos over there, right? Like I don't know if you remember. I fucking forget their names, but remember that one dude with the cowboy hat? Who's a real estate, I think a real estater. I don't know. Like I forget these names, but I'm just now remembering so many people you help in Vice City. So I would like that'd be pretty cool just to see, I don't know, tidbits of them come back, because it is a refresh from the old Vice City. So we might not have too many NPCs, because I'm not sure if I remember if we have any from like previous games on this one. Like GTA 4, because I know you on GTA 3 you help a dude named Luigi who's a part of the mafia in Liberty City, and I don't think there's anything like that in 4 if I remember correctly. But yeah, we might get some characters from all over. We might find Packy again just on the street somewhere.
Fucking Nico just living his life.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude! Imagine. I will tell you who we won't see, but it'd be pretty fucking awesome to see just Tommy Vercetti and we help him out. Oh my god, dude, I would fucking scream, dude.
Oh my god. Just come right in my pants.
Fucking does the Lance Vance dance. Oh my god. Yeah, there's very promising. I would consider myself a naysayer back then when I said that I'm afraid of this bombing, but after seeing the trailer, a little more hopeful. A little bit more. I'm a little bit more hopeful in this not bombing.
I would say after everything's said and done, this is going to be great, and I'm going to go into it with pure optimism that this is exactly what Rockstar needed and all the time that they needed in order to make it exactly the way that it needed to be.
Yeah, man. Speaking of bank robbing and being robbers, and I don't know, man. I'm trying to fucking find a segue. Did you read the new One Piece?
I think I'm 2 chapters behind. What is it? What came out? 1102? Is that what came out?
1101. Yeah, I love this Kuma flashback we're having.
Oh my god. Kuma, like, for the longest time, like, the one who separated the crew, and, you know, we're getting his backstory as a buccaneer, and him, you know, wanting to protect Bonnie and Ginny, and he's a great dad. That's all I'm going to say. Honestly, he's great.
He was very mysterious early on, because he was just, like, no emotion whatsoever. It's just a hardened face, honestly, because he had to do a bunch of shit. And also, like, early on, the rumors of him being a cyborg, and he's actually is one. And then we just get to see, like, they're pretty much little by little chipping away at his humanity, taking away his personality.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad, and, like, again, I'm glad we're getting this backstory on him. It's really nice, honestly. So far, and it's not even over yet. Top 3 backstories for me. The first one would be Senor Pink, and I would say this one is probably top 2, and I would have to think of another one.
Senor Pink? Who is that?
In Doflamingo's crew.
The dude, the pacifier?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, that's real. That's some real shit, dude.
I honestly, I think Corazon's probably number 2 or 3.
I would say for me, it would probably be Ace's mom. Ace's mom is probably number 1 for me. She kept Ace in her womb for like a whole extra month or something like that.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, yeah. Oh fuck.
A whole extra month. I'm pretty sure that killed her.
Yeah, I'm sure that did too. It's jeez, man, I forgot about that.
No, but Danny's here. He's like, I won't stand for the slander. So either let me just disclaim right now before anything happens. Either she died right then and there, or she lived just a couple of years and then died immediately after.
I'm sure
she got sick and died or something.
I'm sure we'll get like a time stop if we're a little bit off fact right now.
Hey everybody, back with a One Piece check here. Oscar's half right. She did pass away when she gave birth to Ace, but it wasn't just an extra month in the womb. Ace was in the womb for 20 whole months because the Marines were going through every village around the area, either Roger frequented or where he was from, and was just checking every hospital, seeing all the newborns, seeing the mom, is there any connection to Roger at all? And there was always those panels where she said, oh, not yet, just a little more, just wait. I believe Garp was there when she gave birth to Ace, and she passed away like moments later after she named him Gold D Ace, which, as we all know, it's Porgat D Ace because Porgat is his mother's name. And it's also crazy that she has the Will of D. Like, that's a whole nother thing that we might actually see later on. I'm not too sure. Like, Oda's interesting with parent dynamics with their characters. So we'll see how that plays out in the future. I'm sure it's going to pop up. Ace has been popping up every now and then, so I wouldn't doubt he would come back.
Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. Be sure to check us out on all platforms, and we will catch you next time.
Bye-bye!